So in today's session, I will be working on a way on how to do what we do with grep in Linux operating system or Linux type operating system like Mac OS. Can we do what grep does there? Can we do better? In the case of PowerShell, it has features like grep and it can do better. So let us start with that. It has a command select string which lets you go over the text content and look for a string and print that string is find or not. For example, I can say there are three names or it can be considered a list and we are passing it to select a string, and I'm saying that simple match my name. You can see that it has found my name and printed here. I can say that find Anurag with a and find with a, so you can see that it has found a in all the three names, so it has printed here. I can say find AJ, it found AJ and Ajit here. So this is the select string command which does what grep does in Linux, and we can use that to search in a text file, search in a log file, search in a text oriented file like JSON, XML, PowerShell script, or BAT file. Anything that we can read as a text, it can search there. So the different ways to call this function, we can directly pass the input like this to the select string, or we can pass a path of that path of file to select a string, and it will loop through the content of that file and look for the match. To do that, let us create a sample file for our search operations. I will say these are the list of commands that this PowerShell has. So I'm going to say clear, and I will say get command out file path commands.txt. So all the output that is coming from this get command file is going to be written in commands.txt, and it is done. And I will say get content commands.txt. So you can see it has the output of the command of the command get command method or commanded. So I'm going to clear it. Let me see what it is there in the commands.txt. So it has a header command type, name, version, and source. So suppose we want to only look for the aliases. Let me suppose you only want to look for the alias. Let me open in the different window. Uh, I wanted only the aliases of line. I want the command. Those are the aliases. So I can say go back, run the command. I can say that select string commands.txt simple match alias. It is going to print me all the lines where it can match an alias, or starts with alias, or it the line has an alias anywhere there. So it has given me that. Suppose I want something more. For example, I want all the commandlets, aliases, functions which starts with add. So I can say give me uh, give me add. So it has printed all the lines which where the either function alias commandlet starts with add dash, or it starts with the verb add. So we can filter out the functions like with this way. In next we can look for suppose I want to uh, find all the alias commands or functions which has the same version number. So I will choose 2.0.1 dot 0. So I can say 2.0 dot 0. So we have all the aliases, all the output where I have the version number matching. I can do more searches like this. I can do more searches like this. Suppose I want something, suppose I want all the functions in this file. I can say all the functions. Okay. Or we have something like PowerShell get. I don't know what it is. I think it is something. Suppose I want this. I want something which I want that has, I think, source as a PowerShell get. I have that. I want a command which uh, which does the work of finding something. It can be find command. It can be find DSC resource, find module, find script. It does is the work is to find something. So I can say find. So it gave me all the functions commandlet which starts with find. So this is how simple match works. You give it a text and it gives you back matching string or line, gives back you back line where strings are matching. This is simple match. Say not match. Okay. So I have uh, suppose I have some I have to find something, find a line which does not have that string. For example, I can say, suppose I say that I want function. Okay. I have the function. So I have 1085 functions. So I want to know that how many listings or lines are there which are not functions. So I'm going to say not match, which does not have this word in the line. So it says 690. So there are 690 lines which doesn't have this word. Let me move the measuring part. You can see this line doesn't have the function word in it. This line doesn't have. So a simple match finds your text. Not match reverses the finding, says tells you that give me all the word, give me all the word where these words are, this line is not present. Let me show you different examples. Suppose I'm going to say um, event logs or log. Let me add a few error lines. This is error. Okay. 10 errors. I will say a few warning. Let me add few info. Here's some info. So we have a approximation of a log file that we have few errors, few infos, and few warnings. Suppose I want something like path is going to event.log simple match error. So this gives me all the lines which have error in it. So I want to know all the lines which doesn't have error in it. So I will say not match. It gives me all the lines which doesn't have any error in it. It gives me info, warning, and other lines which doesn't have this word in it. So this is what not match is, that it negates your search. Next is all match, that I have to find all match of string. For example, if you see this line, this error is present at the end of the line two, but it is not getting highlighted. So simple math just finds the first word, but we want to highlight the all other matches that we have. Let me make some edit. Suppose I have three warning somewhere, uh, three warning more multiple error to demonstrate the change, demonstrate the command. So I will say that I want error. So it has given me the line with error, but the other line, other word that should be there, matching that should be there, it is not getting highlighted. So what to do? I'm going to say all matches. Okay. So again, the lines I have got here printed it has error, but only first word is highlighted. I'm saying that all matches, that I want all the matches to be highlighted, but it is not happening. So where is the issue? So I will say I'm going to do the simple match and say pattern. Now you see that my other errors are getting highlighted too. Right? If I say warning, so it is highlighting all the words that it is highlighting multiple words, matching words in the same line. If I go back to simple match, it is already back to the only matching the first word. So this is the difference between a pattern and simple match. What is next? Pattern is there. Okay. So more on pattern. Suppose back here, I say I want info, all matches. It is info. There's some info in the information. Capital I. It matches capital I. Info with capital I. Info with small case I. So pattern matches everything. So if I want to say case sensitive, so now you see that it only matches those text where the info is starting with capital I. So case sensitivity put a restriction that we want to consider the case of the word. So it is also there that you can make it clear case sensitive. And suppose something more is there. Uh, Let me show you something more. For example, if I say here that this word is not getting matched, so that error, for example, this error with 3R is not getting matched. So how can we match that? This is a this pattern attribute takes a value which is regex, and it supports wild characters or uh, characters which are present in allowed in regex. So I can say R. It means R is either going to be there or not going to be there, so it is going to match. So now you see that it is matching the word error with three R's. So pattern takes a regex, regular expression, which is used for matching. So hope till now I made clear that what is simple match, what is not match, all match, pattern matching. Now it is raw match. So what is the raw match? For example, if I say, if I go here and I say get member. So this select a string command returns a match info class instance of a match info class. You can do a lot of things with this match info class, which is this information class, or this info class is basically an instance of match info returned by regex matching. So you can do a lot of things with this. But if we want something like, for example, but I do not want this. Suppose I don't want a match info class. I just want a raw text. So how can I do that? For example, put here and say those. It is not. I just want a raw text. Then what we can say? I can say raw. So now the output coming from select a string is not a match info class instance. It is just a string class. The output doesn't make that much difference. We lose the highlighting of the text because string doesn't have the information about the line number, other matching indices, so that the PowerShell command line can highlight them. So in the case of a raw, we are not getting any highlighting because the information it is not there. So how I know that this command returns a string now instead of match info class instance? If you see, it says the type name system.string. So you can use get member commandlet or command to find the class type on its members properties and methods to know what it is, a string or something else. For example, I can say if I remove raw, run it, you can see that it is giving me that it is a match info. So this is the difference. So the raw exactly returns a result is matching that as a grep command in Linux, because Linux it returns the uh, result as a string. So this is closest to what grep in the Windows or in PowerShell what we have. What is next? Next is do not color. Suppose it is saying that it is error is highlighted. I highlighted the matching word or text that we are looking for is highlighted, but I do not want that. Suppose I so I can say no emphasis and it will not highlight those words. So this is the, I think I have covered all the things that I wanted to show in the video. And what can we do with this select string command? With select string command, using this pattern regular expression, we can create groups in the regular expression. We can extract values from the log files directly. For example, if I have a log file and it has IP in it of the users that is trying to access our services logged by our logger. So I want all the IP addresses that is present in log file. That can be extracted through select string, and furthermore we can do the further processing. So suppose I have 1 lakh IPs extracted from the log file. But I want only the unique IP addresses that we have in the logs. So first we extract through select string, then we can do further processing to find only the unique IDs, and that can be, I think, sent over that can be saved in a file, and file can be sent over an email. So we can do a lot of log processing or text processing with select string. Let me show you something more that how I use it. For example, I can say when I am writing some function, and I need help with something. regularly used that is the parameters or words that is or attributes commonly used in a function declaration. I need help with that, so I can that I can see how it is used and I can use it in my own code. I use this dollar function dot help. So I think it displays the code written. It help code written that gives us gives the code of the help function that displays the help that we want. I think with the get help command, get help function. So I what I do and say uh, I had already executed this command. So what it is going to do, read the text from here and going to write in the function dot help. Let us do that. So now we have function dot help. Uh, every data is there. The text is there in the function dot help. I can show you that. So this is the code that is written for commandlet for getting help that when we are looking for any help. So you can see that it has commandlet binding. Suppose I'm looking for description or definition or how this commandlet binding is used in a function. So I can go and say select string path uh, function dot help. I will say simple search simple match. Sorry, and it displays me the lines with the matching words. I can filter further and say give me the climate commandlet binding stuff. So it shows me the line where commandlet binding is. This is not the this is the how I code PowerShell scripts. That it helps me to directly look in the code that how it is happening. That for example commandlet binding allows you to declare the default parameter set name, all user view, and other attributes. Suppose I want to know that how attributes to a parameter is provided. For example, how I can make a attribute mandatory and how I read it from a pipeline. So I can do with and do that with this command and say mandatory and I can say pipeline. You can see it matches the line which has either pipeline or has mandatory in it. So from here I take help and implement in my own function. So this is how you can use select string uh, in the PowerShell, and it also helps you to look through logs and find the word that you're looking for. It is a very powerful command, and it does everything that grep does in Linux. And hope it is helpful. My video was helpful, and thank you for watching.